So I will try to answer these questions together briefly. And maybe I'll start with the first question about my own practice of meditation and how it influences my view of history and of science. So yes, I've been practicing for maybe like 15 years or 16 years now a technique of meditation called vipassana, which I've learned from a teacher called Goenkaра는, and it is from Buddhist tradition. And I've been practicing for 2 hours every day and going every year for this long retreat of maybe 1 month or 2 months, cut off from all the mobile phone and computer and books and just meditating. And the essence of the meditation, the practice, is simply to observe reality as it is. You sit, you close your eyes, and whatever happens, you just focus what is really happening. What is really happening in my body? What is really happening in my mind? Every second, the mind creates countless stories about what is happening, but these are just imaginations, fictions. And the practice is no, leave alone all these fictional stories. Just return to the reality of the present moment. What is really happening? And this has been very helpful for me, both on a personal level and as a scientist in researching the world. And this constantly reminder of leave aside all the theories, all the speculations, all the stories, and just confront reality as it is, even if you don't like it. Usually when we face a reality and we don't like it, we try to impose some story on it. They say, no, it's different. And as a scientist, I think it's a very scientific practice to just look at reality as it is, even if you don't like it. And this relates to these questions of AI and human emotions and what will happen in the future. So people very often tend to impose their own agenda and their own fears or hopes on the reality they see. If they are pessimistic, then anything that happens, they will try to give it a spin that looks like it's very bad. Like artificial intelligence will kill all of us. And if they are optimistic, they'll try to give it a positive spin. That no, humans have a soul, humans have this or that artificial intelligence will never be able to understand or to overcome. And again, as a scientist, I try to find a middle way of what is reality, including the reality of our ignorance. If we don't know something, don't invent some story to fill the gap. Just say we don't know. So when it comes to consciousness and to mind and to emotions, what we do know is that at present, AI has no emotions and no consciousness. Will it be able to develop them in the future? We don't know. There are different theories, but we have no certain knowledge regarding that, because we are also ignorant about the nature of consciousness of mind itself. As long as we don't understand mind, how can we predict whether AI can develop it or not? So, as the scientist, I think the best thing is to just admit our ignorance. We are presently in 2016 at a situation when we see that AI is becoming more and more intelligent and outperforming humans in more and more tasks that require intelligence. We don't know whether AI will be able to develop consciousness because we don't understand it. Maybe in 20 years, maybe in 40 years, we'll have an understanding, but now let's just admit our ignorance and leave the question open. And when it comes to education and how to teach children and students, this maybe also is a very good lesson